Tonight, we're talking box office. We're talking Jurassic World Chaos Theory Season 2, all that and more. I am Brad Jost, and this is a button that I have to press. Welcome back, everybody, to another Let's Talk Jurassic. This is your weekly live stream here from the Jurassic Park Podcast. Thank you to all of our returning viewers out there. We always appreciate you coming back here. If you're new here, welcome. This is it. This is the new look, the new sideways look. I don't know. Where should I look? And if you're lurking out there, what's up? I see you. Don't be creepy. All right, so... let's see who's here. There shouldn't be a lot of people here because I just posted this. I just made the link. I just set up the video stream because I just had time. So minutes before going live, we set this thing up. So if anybody was looking earlier, they're like, no stream tonight, I guess. No links, nothing set up, no video. Nope, it's here. We're here. We're live. Share it around. Tell your friends. Tell your families. Tell your dinosaur toys. In the other room, get them on the iPad, get them watching your iPhone, get them watching the Roku device, whatever device we're watching these days. But anyway, I don't know what's going on. Crazy as always. But yeah, so it's been another week. We're finally back here. Let's see who's in the chat. That's what I was gonna do. Jurassic Souls, what's going on? I don't know what this is. My move today is like doing three fingers for some reason. What's up, Steven? How you doing? Jurassic Souls with the super chat, as always. My gosh. What do you think of the Majungasaurus in that teaser? It's cool getting to see more dinos that had a hand in making the Indominus. Ooh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's cool. That's cool. I like that idea. We'll talk about it. We'll get to it in a little bit. The Mesozoic, I think that's enough for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. It's been fun. Bye. See ya. The Mesozoic. I don't know why I can't say that word tonight. It was like literally boggling my mind. The Mesozoic. I know how to say the word. I know the word. Just couldn't say it at that moment. What's up, anyway? How you doing? Steve, you here? What's up, man? No, it's this tonight, just so you know. This is the one we're doing tonight. I don't know if you got an emoji for that, but howdy, Muslim. How you doing? We got Jurassic KM in the house, as always. How's it going? JP Plastic, what's up? Yo, Mr. Raptor's here. Hi. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that teaser for season 2 of whatever the show's called. My brain's fried, everybody. If you didn't realize that already, just figuring that out right now. Anyway, we've got some stuff to talk about, but before we do that, let's go to the website. Let's check out the website real quick. I uploaded an episode this week. Yes, I did, everybody. I swear. We got Nico in the house, by the way. We gotta just throw that up here. Nico's here. What's up? That's awesome. Glad to have you here. Anyway, our episode this week was just kind of like a news episode, kind of like a throwback segment. We kind of dropped the news segment mostly from the main show and pretty much do it all here on the live stream. But I felt like doing it on the main show because there was Chaos Theory stuff, there was San Diego Comic-Con, new Michael Giacchino music, Steven Spielberg's at the Olympics, or I don't know if he was really there, but he was filmed stuff ahead of time on like the volume or something. Yeah, there was probably more. I forget, but yeah, we had a great. I had a great time talking about the latest news. That's all I know about. But yeah, please go check it out. JurassicParkPodcast.com. You can listen to it there. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to stuff. But yeah, let's get back to the first news I want to talk about today. Before we dive into the chaos theory, whatever. Before we get there, where's the news? Oh, I wanted to go real quick and just touch on this. This is like a really fast thing to touch on here. But I wanted to give a shout out to, let's see, the box office real quick, because as we know, Jurassic World came in pretty hot, back in 2015, right? With 208 million domestically speaking. Why am I the way that I am? I don't know. But anyway, back in 2015, news to y'all, Jurassic World killed it. I almost said Dominion. But Deadpool and the Wolverine initially came below Jurassic World. The estimates for the weekend came below it. I forget, it was like 205 or something like that. But they boosted it up at the very end of the tail end of the weekend there, or on Monday. I forget which day it was. But they boosted Deadpool and Wolverine up to 211 million for the weekend, which puts it takes that 6th spot away from Jurassic World and bumps Jurassic World down to number 7 at the all-time domestic box office for opening weekends. Obviously, you got a bunch of Marvel stuff in Endgame, No Way Home, Infinity War, some Star Wars. We got The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Deadpool and Wolverine. Fantastic movie. I really, really love that movie. I am mad and sad and upset that I have not gotten a chance to see it again because it was so good. I actually saw part of it again. I went to the drive-in and finished watching Twisters, and then I turned around to the other screen because there's two screens, not always, I guess, but there's two screens. One was showing Twisters, the other one was showing Deadpool, and I had to turn over and watch the end of the movie. I was like, this movie, so good. And my daughter, who's 3 years old, couldn't stop looking at the other screen, which was showing Deadpool the whole time, and I'm like, stop looking at that screen. There's a lot of horrific stuff going on, but I couldn't stop her because that's just who she is. But anyway, just wanted to inform y'all, if you did not know, that Jurassic World got bumped down a spot by a few million by Deadpool and Wolverine, and that's fair. That's fair enough. It's a great movie too. Very surprised though, just because Deadpool is a rated R movie, so you don't typically see that happening for rated R movies. I mean, let's see, where's the next closest rated R movie? Barbie. Nope, there it is. No, I'm kidding. It's got to be Joker, right? It would have to be Joker, but I don't know where Joker is. Is it even on the list? Did I pass it? I don't know. This is kind of crazy. Would it be this far down? Did it beat it by that much? Oh, there it is. 81, dude. 81. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. So, no other... Because Joker was the highest rated R movie. And then Deadpool came and topped it. But, yeah. So, anyway, just want to let you know, Jurassic World got knocked down a peg. But, yeah. It's great. Go watch it. It was a lot of fun. Next up, this is the bulk of the episode tonight, the video here. But we had the panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Let's show off a picture of that real quick. Let's go over to... I don't have a button for this. Do I have a... I do not. Well, let's just go to news. Boom. There we go. The panel occurred this past weekend with a cast of Jurassic World Chaos Theory, and they talked all about the show. I actually meant to pull up the tweet. Maybe I'll do that in a little bit here. But you got the entire cast there. Or not the entire cast, but the main cast there, Scott and Aaron as well. talking about the show, which was really, really awesome. And it also afforded them the option to give the world the teaser trailer in addition to showing the first episode to people. Now, let me just let you all know, no spoilers for the first episode of Season 2. Let me tell you one more time, all right? No spoilers for the first episode of Camp Cretaceous. That one either Chaos Theory. Let's go with Chaos Theory. Season 2, Episode 1. All right, we're not going to spoil it. I didn't look it up. I don't know what it's about. I have no idea what's in it. Just so you all know, we're all clear. We're not going to spoil it in the chat. Whatever happens here, we're not going to do that, okay? We're just going to talk nicely and easily about what the season is, what it could be, what it looks like. But I don't know. I didn't see the first episode, so I was not at Comic-Con. But we're going to talk about it without those spoilers. So, again, they showed the first episode. No spoilers, no spoilers. Thank you. But, all right, I wanted to look up this one thing real quick. Let me see. I don't like going to this hellscape, but let's go to this. Yeah, there it is. Let's go to this horrible place. I'll go back to news. Boom. Yeah, this place here, whatever it's called, showcased a bunch of things from the panel. Oh, look at that, Natalie there, giving us the best Sammy impression. That was fantastic. She was just on our episode just a few weeks ago, so definitely go listen to that one. But yeah, they actually did talk a little bit about some details here in the feed. I'll scroll back down here to the bottom a little bit. We'll just kind of breeze through these updates and talk about whatever you want to talk about with this season, other than those spoilers or whatever they may be. But yeah, they were just mostly complimentary here for a little while, just talking about how cool it is to be a part of the show. And when I first watched Jurassic Park with my brother, that's what Sean says. The code name for the series for Chaos Theory was Chomp Chomp. Yeah, and Dominion wasn't out yet, so they were able to make some space for themselves. I like that Darren Barnett commented, he plays Kenji, and he said, I knew I had some big shoes to fill, but I was excited to jump in and make Kenji my own. That's cool. And I shared a cast photo, and Ryan Potter liked the cast photo, and I was like, oh, I hope you're doing well, dude. That's all I got. But yeah, so Paul McKell-Williams liked seeing Darius deal with adult problems and things like that, and they really were. Let's see. Yeah, Kirsten Kelly had some kind words for Jenna Ortega. There was something here. I know there was something. They didn't want to pull any punches. They wanted to be authentic. They've got the fans in mind while they're recording this. That's awesome. I feel like that's a common sentiment with the Chaos Theory crew, is they're always talking about how they've got like the fans back and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. So Scott Kramer here says, this is an interesting one. We're going to go on Brooklyn's side of the story to see why she's not telling anyone she's alive. And I'm excited to, sorry, spoilers for season 1 if you didn't see that. Let's just say, everybody, spoilers for season 1. All right, if you didn't see season 1, whoops. Oh, did I almost just end the, I almost just finished the broadcast. That would have been bad. I should maybe move that button because I don't know if I want that one there. But anyway, she's not telling anyone she's alive, and I'm excited for folks to see it. So that's pretty cool. I'm interested to know how much of the upcoming story kind of goes on Brooklyn's side of things. I think that'll be really interesting, especially if they spend a decent amount of time, because Brooklyn got like way more than anybody expected. I mean, so many people were saying Brooklyn's not even in the series. I don't know why they all turned into like Donald Trump there for a second. Brooklyn is not in the series at all. She's not a part of it, so don't look for her. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. That was horrible. Yeah, so I was surprised by how much she was in the series to begin with. So I think it would, but at the same time, what I was trying to say was, it was a small amount of time compared to the rest of the cast. So I would like to see her get a little bit more time to shine in this second season with Kirsten Kelly, voicing that role. And also just spending I would like to spend most of the time with her. I think that would be really awesome to spend a majority of the time with her and then just kind of intersperse it with, the rest of the camp fam like they did in season 1, but reversed. I think that would be really cool. I doubt that'll be the case. I really do, but it would be interesting to see. But there's so many questions surrounding that character, and is she acting nefariously? Is she not? I don't think so, but they definitely set it up that she's doing some shady stuff. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. God, I got that voice ringing in my head right now. Let's see. Brooklyn is creating a lot of chaos. Kirsten Kelly talking about her path in season 2. Wow. Okay. We got to see a lot of new relationships develop. Old relationships get a lot of mending. That came from Paul McKell. So if there's a lot of mending going on, I'm going to assume the mending is, on the side of Kenji and Darius. I think, there's probably still some mending to go on there. I imagine there's a lot of mending going on between, and that's if these characters do get together. If Brooklyn is back with anybody at any point in time, there's definitely going to have to be a lot of mending between all of those characters, because that's pretty painful to go through that, I would assume. Look at everybody. Oh, look at them all watching the show. But yeah, there's a lot of the cast and crew right here. Very cool that so many people were able to make it out to this. I don't know where they're all stationed or whatever, but it's cool that they're able to do that. Nice big crowd. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. It's really cool to see so many people come out for Chaos Theory. But this guy here, he reminds me of Mike Francesa from The Fan. Brooklyn's probably not in the series at all, ever. Anyway, I'm just doing voices now. That's all this is. It just turns into me doing voices. That was a pretty terrible impression too. But let's see. What else do we got? Let's talk about, let's go actually to the teaser itself. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's hold on for a minute and continue the conversation here with everybody in the chat. Musma says, I have a feeling Brooklyn scenes will be quite emotional this season, with how much she wants to fill the camp fam in, but for whatever reason she can't. I'm thinking about that for her character. In order to tell us a little bit about what's going on, they have to go early. They have to go before anything that we saw in season 1. So I feel like a lot of the stuff we might get from her could be like a prequel to Chaos Theory season 1, right? It would feel like that would be a lot of the stuff we could get, is like whatever the developing story is, her uncovering the truth about something or other. It has to be big. Whatever. I feel like it's going to be tough for the context of what she's doing to feel like it matters for everything that she's done, if you know what I mean. I think the reason has to be valid, right? And that reason has to be big in my eyes, to tell all of your friends that you're dead and that you cannot tell them you're alive. Like, that has to be huge. I hope it's big. I hope there's a valid reason for it, because otherwise it's just going to feel like silly or contrived or something. I don't know. I'm really interested to see how that plays out. I don't know what the answer will be, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Mesozoic Mind here says, I feel like Brooklyn is going to be an antagonist, but a villain, or maybe you said not a villain, but playing someone who will go against the others for a while. I mean, she is. That's the role she's been playing, right? I mean, that's the role she played, at least, yeah, an antagonist, kind of, because she's, like, seemingly doing bad things, potentially. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of toe that line of, like, what the reason is and why she's doing it and how far she'll go in potentially hurting her friends. We know she's a good person. Like, I don't think there's any way around that. I don't really think she's bad. It'll be interesting to just see what her friends consider too far of a line to come back from, you know? No amount of mending can fix a new raptor girl. Yeah, she's having a hard time, it seems like. You hope she's a separate character from Senses. I hope so. I mean, she definitely is a separate character. I think that's fair enough. I don't think they're meant to be the same person at all. So I think we're fine in that regards. I think they'll just be two separate characters. Like, at some point, maybe we'll see a handoff or something like that. I would imagine. But yeah, I think, I just don't know when. I mean, how many seasons? We got, like, what, 5 seasons? Was it 5 or 4 or 5 seasons of Camp Cretaceous? So, you know, there's still time for these things to develop, and the handoff, it might be still interesting enough to have a full season of the handler, Microbangs, as we call her. But yeah. So anyway, let's jump into the trailer itself. Let me dip this down real quick. I think this is going to play through. Got the camp fam on the boat. It's dark. It's scary. We've got a Gallimimus.
It's okay. Take it easy.
Got some lightning. Ooh, and I love that. That is a wonderful reveal. Majungasaurus on the loose for some reason. Chaos Theory. October 17th. So that was a big thing for me, though, by the way. The fact that it's not coming until October 17th. I would have thought for sure that them showing this at San Diego Comic-Con meant that there was potential for this to drop like at the end of August, maybe early September or something like that. But now we're in the middle of October, so that'll be interesting. So when did the first season come out? Was that May? So, right, it was the end of May. So June, July, August, September, October. So yeah, 5 months. So when does that? So October, November, December, January, February, March. Are we looking at a March for season 3? Is that possible? I don't know. Not sure, but probably. But I loved everything I saw in that teaser. It was very cool, very atmospheric, and it gives us a lot of like Jurassic vibes straight off the bat, because it's like, let me how do I stop that sound? Let's do this. Just super Jurassic vibes. I mean, just straight from the start, because it's like for me, it's given me so much like Lost World vibes with the. I'm sorry, I was supposed to go back to this. Lost World vibes with like the boat, that's traveling between Sorna and San Diego with the T-Rex, and then like we know that some stuff went down on that boat, and this is kind of like a version of that. Like I'm excited to see what can go down on a cargo ship out at sea. So it'll be really interesting to see how that goes down. Everything is seemingly calm, like outside of the storm that's brewing. So was it maybe just like somebody didn't latch the door nicely? Like, I feel like that's just such a dumb, like, mistake. And it very, very well easily could be in this show. So we'll see. But, like, who would make that mistake at this point? Yeah, I guess any of these dummies. But leaving, like, it not locked or something like that. Maybe something falls and it busts a lock off or something, and then the door swings open. That's probably what's going to go down. I can definitely see that happening. Again, if you've watched this, I have no idea. I have not watched episode 1. I do not know. And again, please don't spoil it. But there was a one shot. Actually, let's take a look at that in here. This poster that was released at San Diego Comic-Con. They actually sent us like digital copies and stuff. And if you look, whoops. If you look off to the side anyway, over there on the corner, it looks like one is falling off. Like at least one is falling off. Now that is really upsetting. That is pretty upsetting. To lose dinosaurs at sea, like, oh my gosh. And they have no hope. That's it. Like, they're done for. But I could see a scenario like a wave comes up, crashes into one of the containers. The container rolls over, knocks the door clear or something off of the Majungasaurus container, or the Majungasaurus falls and the container opens up, and that's how it happens. And maybe the crew missed that, I guess. But we do see that in this image there are crew members here in the front, I would assume. Down there, we've got to see a bunch of people. This always happens. I'm so annoyed. We do see a bunch of people down there roaming around. I don't know. It looks like they might be crew members, but who knows? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people down there, 2 people up top. And this is, I'm assuming, just a poster. It's not like necessarily how the episode comes together. So this might look a little bit differently, or it might go down a little bit differently. But I love just the imagery of this poster. It is really, really awesome. That lightning strike, how big of a wave, is in front of them. That is crazy, crazy stuff. The ship is interesting in itself because, like, I don't know if it's going to look this way in the show, but like that gap between like the side of the ship and like the cargo hold area, really big gap there. I wonder what's going on with that. Is there something specific? Is that how ships look? I don't know. But I found it curious. Whoa, why did we just zoom in? How come that zoomed in perfectly fine, but when I try to do it, it like just goes away. But if there's a fire that breaks out on this boat, man, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be wild. And yeah, we do know that the Majungasaurus, at least this one should be. I don't know if there's other ones, but we do know, yeah, oh man. The name is Major, right? So that was on the toy box that was revealed at one point a few months ago, I feel like. Major's reveal felt like a mix of Fallen Kingdom and Disney's Dinosaur during the Carnotaurus cave attack. Yeah, for sure. I don't remember the Carnotaurus scene very well. It's been maybe like 2 years or so since I watched that movie. But yeah, totally in line with what we see in Fallen Kingdom. Absolutely. Like, that's what it was giving me the vibes of. That lightning strike. We get to see the T-Rex in the back there as that dude's fooling around with the generator or whatever it was. But yeah, I think this is definitely... Yeah, it's definitely giving me like vibes of Fallen Kingdom. I'm getting like Lost World vibes. So I'm excited to see how this season goes down. If they spend a lot of time on this boat, I think that'd be cool. Like, honestly, I feel like like I was saying before, we could do so much Brooklyn stuff and then just kind of cut back and forth between what's happening on this boat. Maybe it's like, maybe I could see them like locked in a container, or not locked, but like in a container together, hiding out and like reminiscing and talking about everything that they know that pertains to Brooklyn so that they can piece together the puzzle. And then while they're waiting, like somebody's like, I'm going to go get a breath of fresh air. And then the Majungasaurus comes out. Very claustrophobic with the shipping crates. And man, Majungasaurus Major is a big boy, larger than I expected. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It is big. Let's go back to a good shot of it. It's brutal too. It just like rips into the there it is. Perfect. Just rips into the Gallimimus there. Poor guy. That stinks. But what an interesting looking creature. I mean, like, this shot is so odd. Like, look at that thing. It looks like some sort of weird frog. Like an alien frog or something. The dinosaurs are strange. They are so strange, man. So, seeing it like this, and it's also got these really stubby arms too. I probably should have opened up that. Let's see if we can bring up. Here we go. Let's bring this up. There it is, right there. Majungasaurus Major. And it looks similar. I mean, it looks similar, at least as far as I could tell. It's very, very dark. We got the small arms. You could definitely position that in a way where it would be maybe like more like how this looks, because it doesn't look like an exact pose. But there is a shot somewhere. Here we've got and I can't pause it. It's like not letting me pause. Yeah, I feel like you look at that. I know it's blurry and everything because whenever they upload their videos, they're so compressed. My God, they're always so terrible. But it definitely looks like it has some sort of striping like that, like from top to bottom there. Yeah, I mean that looks very similar, so I think that's pretty good. Yeah, but this is giving me great vibes right off. I've heard a lot of good things about the episode, very scary stuff, so there's a very good chance that it's probably like what we're seeing in this teaser. I think that's a pretty high percentage that it's probably, this moment, like this is probably part of episode 1, I would assume. I don't know. Again, I have no idea, but I would assume so. What else we got? We got the poster. We talked about that. Let's see. We've got this shot here, which is just comical. This is, again, I would assume, is this, how was it listed? Let me go look real quick. Press kit, images. Just said teaser stills. I don't feel like that shot wasn't in the teaser, right? But it says teaser stills. I don't know if it's from the episode or what, but that's comical. There's just heads of lettuce in a crate, and Darius is showing the Majungasaurus his phone. Do you think he's gonna pull like hey, Ian, freeze! Get the kids! get rid of the flare, get the kids, get rid of the flare. Like a moment like that, I had to go through the entire thing. All right, just so you know, that's the kind of show we're putting on. So is he gonna do like a hey, and then chuck his phone? Because that would be kind of comedy to me. Like if he does that, thinking it's gonna do the whole, like it'll go from his head will go back and forth following it, and then he'll go towards it, but then his head will come back center. That'd be kind of scary. And then chomp at the entire heads of lettuce, narrowly missing Darius as he vaults into that section of between the ship, the end of the ship to the cargo hold. That's like a weird, you know what I'm talking about, like this part over here. I don't know. But that's an odd scenario. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I have no idea. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I can imagine that's the only scenario I can think of where holding up your phone would be a good idea in front of a dinosaur. I don't think Darius is like, hey, did you see the meme? Did you see what happened? Or did you check out the latest news? You know, hey, Majunga, hey, Major, did you see the latest episode of the Jurassic Park podcast drop today? That's definitely probably, that's gotta be it. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, that was one image. We also had the Gallimimus. We did see this, and Major's lurking back there in the shadows somewhere. So those are the two stills that they sent over. They sent over two previously released stills, which I did not post, but it was them looking at that taser while they're in a shipping crate of some kind. And then also the Baryonyx, Suchomimus, with the kind of cheetah-like pattern on it. And the Stegos. But that's all they sent over for that. What else we got? We did get the synopsis. So we do have the synopsis. With the Nublar 5 stowed away on a dinosaur-filled cargo ship headed to parts unknown, their mission to find who is after them sets them on a collision course with a mysterious broker. Unaware that Brooklyn is alive, the discovery of her whereabouts will call into question everything they thought they knew about each other. So, I don't know. Nothing really new in that, I would guess. You know, we kind of figured that they would be kind of on a collision course with the mysterious broker. They mentioned that at the end of season 1, pretty much towards the end of that show. And yeah, we know that they're unaware that Brooklyn's alive. So yeah, but yeah, pretty typical synopsis there. This person here says boring, and I was like, "You sure about that? Are you sure about that?" That's what I was like. But yeah, that's what we got for Chaos Theory, season 2. Let's see what else we got talking about here. The last photo you saved is what Darius is showing Major. What is it? Let's see. Last photo. I mean, I was just at a Phillies game, so it's just like that. But if I saved one from the internet, I don't even know, man. But let's what's up, Trippin' T-Rex? How you doing? Musmo here has a good idea. I don't know if that's Brooklyn's phone. That's interesting. I wonder if he's gonna play something as a distraction. I mean, do you think he's got he's got like a video of like a seminar or like a thing that like Alan Grant put on where he's talking in front of a college or something. And he's like, dinosaurs respond very well to calls with their own resonating chambers. And he just goes, and so the Darius like keeps that like recording of the of like, Grant spitting into a resonating chamber. And then the Major's like, oh, Velociraptors, I'm out of here. Bye. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe that's the distraction. That's the only distraction I can think of that would be helpful in a situation like that, is like a raptor call. Otherwise, I feel like imagine you're on a ship like this, all right? So you're sitting here, right? That's so loud. That is like, there's crates moving, there's the waves, there's lightning and thunder and crashing and just so much going on. And he's just like playing something like really quietly on his phone. And Majungasaurus is like, huh? Okay, what? Can you turn the volume up, please? Hello? I really want to see that meme. I want to hear it. But I can't. It's the waves. I don't know. He's got to be using it as a flare. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, Steve, what do you think? You got no Brooklyn reunion until season 3. That's your guess. That could be a good guess. I think that's a pretty good guess. I don't know. I mean, I could definitely see, like, if that was to happen, I could see them skipping out on a reunion season 2, going to season 3, or what happens is it's like the last shot of season 2, right? Is like they all come face to face, and we don't see that interaction that plays out in season 3. That's how I could definitely see that playing out. But I could definitely see them learning about her being alive in season 2. It would be interesting to know, or to have them like kind of like go to some similar place and just narrowly like see each other off in the distance or something, and they're like, oh my god, was that Brooklyn? She looks so different. Oh my god. I could see something happening like that where at least they know she's alive, and then the rest of the season, like of season 2, becomes them trying to get her and trying to track her down and potentially stop her. That could be interesting to potentially stop her. And then the final moments of season 2 is that they've stopped her and they've confronted her, and then it cuts to black, right? I think that's pretty possible. That's how I would like to see it go down. So yeah, that's my guess as far as how it goes down. Yeah, they at least find out she's alive. Ozamil here says, my wishful thinking is that Kayla Watts is somehow involved. That would be very cool if she could appear in this show. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I hope so. Yawning, because I'm tired, all right? Back off. But I hope DeWanda Y is the voice, right? I they could very clearly go with somebody else, like they've done many times or a few times or whatever. But I think having her pop in for a little session would be awesome, because her voice is so unique and so like iconic at this point for that character that I would really want her to be in that role. So if they could bring DeWanda Wise in for a little bit of Kayla Watts stuff, I think that would be pretty awesome. And you know me, I've been saying that for a while now, that I want her to be in this show. I want there to be a crossover. I want it to tie into Dominion in that way, and then pick up after Dominion. That's the perfect way to do this, is like, a movie down the line, or a season, or a new show. I don't know what it would be called, but this series after Chaos Theory could be like DeWanda Wise or Kayla Watts and Darius or whoever. That would be pretty cool. AHQ says, I think I'm in the minority, but why do they have to name the animals? Takes away from a bit of the fear. Feels too familiar. personally okay with them naming the animals because to me it feels like real life. And if you go to any zoo, I guarantee you, if not all of the animals, a majority of the animals probably have names, right? I would assume most of them have names that the people refer to who work there. They refer to them. They're on the plaques outside of the zoo. They're doing like some sort of routine or something, like calling the animal, feeding them, just doing what you would do in Jurassic Park, right? So I feel like Jurassic Park is the outlier for not having a named dinosaur, anywhere in that movie. I understand the critique of it. I understand that it takes away from the fear a little bit when you can personalize them to that extent. But to me, it works just because it feels like something that would happen in real life. Like I would understand that because that's what we would do. My dog has a name, and anybody who owns a lizard probably has a name. So I just think like you go to the zoo and you see a rhino, it just looks like a rhino, but like somebody here probably knows, a rhino's name. I don't know one, but somebody probably does. But in a world where dinosaurs are prolific and they're in the wild, then I can call that into question a little bit because, at what point does that become a little ridiculous? It could be pretty quick. But I think with the characters that we're speaking of, with these camp fam, right? You got Darius and Kenji and, Brooklyn kind of, and what's the other one? Sammy and, man, I'm blanking on her other name. Yaz and Ben. And they all are very good at coming up with names for dinosaurs. Like that's what they do. They give them playful names. And that's just who these characters are. So if Major is given to them by one of these characters, if Ben's like, oh my God, that's a major, this is a major problem. And it's just like, that's how the character's named, something like that. I could definitely see that being a thing because there's been cases, I think, within either Camp Cretaceous or Chaos Theory where they've mentioned like a name for a character dinosaur, I guess, and it really never plays a role into the show, the name itself. So I think it's okay if they just give it like a one-off, like say like Toro is one that they actually gave. They talked about Toro a few times, right? But I think there's others that they just kind of mentioned once or twice. I don't think, did the Baryonyx ever get called out in the show? Because they all had names. But I don't remember if they got called out in the show. Maybe some people here wouldn't remember better than me. But yeah, and I don't remember. But I feel like there was other ones that were named outside of like Bumpy and stuff like that. But again, Bumpy was like the family dog. That's what Bumpy was to them. So it makes sense. But I think, the question comes about like dinosaurs like this that are caught from the wild. Where does Major get its name? And how strict are we on calling this thing Major? Is it just some nickname that they quickly mentioned while they're like trying to get away from the dinosaur? Or is it, something else? I don't know. Musmo says, when I went to the Bronx Zoo a few months back, they named the lion Anakin Skywalker. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, why? I don't get it, but yeah, sure, let's do it. Oh yeah, Kilowatt's plane would look great animated. That would be pretty awesome to see. Absolutely. Nico says, I feel like they're just, that's just what they're taking from the kids. I can't read. I just can't read. I feel that's just what they were taking from the when they were kids. They named them on the island, and that characteristic just carried on as they grew up. Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably what's going on here. Yeah, they were kids. Like that's when they named a bunch of stuff when they were kids. And And Steve, I don't know why you got to call me out on this. What about it? What about it? Huh? Yeah. Okay with just naming to establish an emotional bond so you can care for the dinosaur as animals, not just monsters. Yeah, I think that is the difference, right? It's like we do kind of start treating them as animals, I feel like, throughout this series, instead of just theme park monsters, nothing more and nothing less. To me, I know a lot of people say that they were just animals in Jurassic Park, but for me, they were mostly feeling like monsters in that first movie and second movie and third movie. And to me, they mostly became animals in Jurassic World. I know a lot of people think otherwise and think literally the reverse. But to me, that's just the way it works out for me. I don't know. Sammy says what the names are, but it's not like they said, oh, Grim, Limbo, tore off Tiff's part. What? Oh, okay. What? How did they... I don't remember the context of her naming or saying the names or whatever. Oh, they're named after Esther Stone villains. Okay, if I just keep reading my comments, I would see the answers. Okay. Huh. Literally do not remember this whatsoever. I remember the novel thing with Esther Stone, but yeah, Jurassic Collections got on too late. What are you pulling a Steve? Oh! But yeah. Yeah, that's probably all. That's all we got, right? That's all we got tonight. This is me. You want to see me? Like, you want to see what I'm doing most of the time here on the Jurassic Park podcast? Just waiting. Just waiting for any news to talk about. Like, I know this is news, and everything we talked about here tonight is news for Chaos Theory. I can't wait. I'm very excited to talk about that. But since June 1st, I've been itching for some Jurassic World 4 news. I've been itching since like February, whenever they started announcing this stuff. And they've given us nothing. So I'm still waiting. For any kind of real news about this movie. So please, let's have it soon. I'm so sorry, Steve. And you have been here. You've been here on time. I appreciate that. I was in the first or second episode of season 2. Yeah, you gotta go research that. You know, go please. Yeah, the raptors are straight up monsters in the first movie. In JP3, they started showing... Yeah, that's true. I didn't give it enough credit there. But yeah, they definitely started showing more animal instincts, I think. And even the T-Rex family, like in the Lost World. I think, you know, they are certainly very, like, monster personified, I feel like. But the way that they care for each other in that way definitely makes me feel like they're more animals than anything. But yeah, subtle. There's like little things I think sprinkled throughout the movies, obviously the first 3. But for me, it's like, and I know it's like people rag on the velociraptors being trained and all that, and I get it. It's not the raptors we grew up with, but like, to me, it almost feels natural. Like, it feels natural to have trained anything. Like, you know, that's just what humans do, is they try to control everything. That's literally what Jurassic Park is about. They never had the control. You know, that's the illusion. So on that note, let's go ahead and send this all off in a good way here before we start doing more voices. And, you know, you never know where that's going to go. But let's go back over to the website. Please go to JurassicParkPodcast.com and take a listen and check out the most recent episode where we talked a lot about the stuff we talked about here tonight with season 2 of Chaos Theory. I also gave a quick rundown on like Mattel stuff at Comic-Con and some other things. A new Michael Giacchino album came out with some very like beachy vibes or kind of like relaxed retro vibes, and there's a Jurassic song on there. Steven Spielberg was at the Olympics, and you got to see Steven and John Williams in the same like quick segment. That was awesome. So yeah, a lot to check out there. Please join the newsletter. You can click up top on the website. You can click over here, join the newsletter, or in any of these articles here, join my Substack, where I'll feature, all kinds of stuff related to Jurassic, theme parks, my other podcast appearances, like my show, Grim Grinning Hosts, where we talk about theme parks and pop culture stuff. This week, I actually did not get a chance to be on it in a few days, but we talked about some Horror Nights stuff a few weeks ago, and a good friend of mine pointed out that we mentioned it would be a nice breezy episode, nice light episode, and it came in an hour and 50 minutes, so apologies. But since then, there's been a Marvel episode talking about Superhero Island, and then talking about Wizarding World's Diagon Alley, so you can check out the opening experience as far as Diagon Alley is concerned. And then today they revealed what's going on in the new park for Epic Universe, so we'll have to talk about that soon on that show. The Forcecast has not recorded an episode, as far as I know. Maybe he did without me, but I don't think so. We're going to do that sometime soon, hopefully. But that's about it for that. You can follow me on Threads. I'm on Letterboxd. Go find me, Brad Jost, on Letterboxd, where I'm writing movie reviews and stuff like that. I know a few of you are on there, so that's always exciting to see what everybody's watching. Thank you so much, Nico, for being here. Definitely tune in some more. Every Wednesday night, we're here talking Jurassic. Yep, I'll just be a Cookie Monster meme waiting here for as long as it takes. But yeah, anything else to mention? I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know what the next episode is, but I'll be here next week, hopefully talking about some Jurassic World 4 news. I don't have any inside scoop. I'm just hoping. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do I have an outro button? I think I do. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, be kind, and as always, wait, I got to zoom in. Enjoy.